A lot of people say that you are a hip hop legend. Do you feel like you're a hip hop legend?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
I feel like that too.
Oh, yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Stay in school and make up your mind you won't be somebody, the negatives gonna add out, and stay away from negative people. You know, God made me one of the few to ever make it out my neighborhood. 95% of my fans say I'm the best to ever do it.
My realness worth more than any of this money and anything, because my realness. Just because you got money, that don't make you real.
Do you think Boosie Badazz is a legend? In a time when most people stay quiet to avoid backlash, Boosie keeps speaking loud and direct. His music, interviews, and social media posts are packed with raw honesty that keeps people talking. He's not just another rapper, he's a survivor and a walking controversy. No matter how many critics come after him, Boosie sticks to what he believes is the truth. Over the last few years, Boosie has stayed locked in the spotlight because of his wild opinions and non-stop online drama. Meta has repeatedly banned his Instagram, and by October 2024, his account had reportedly been removed nearly 13 times over controversial posts and comments.
So how many Instagrams is this for you?
This is like my 13th one.
So you're gonna make another one?
Yeah, I already made another one. Y'all follow my new Instagram, Boosie IG 2024.
His public statements and support for certain industry figures frequently drew widespread media attention and sparked intense debates online regarding social issues. Those comments sparked major tension between Boosie and Lil Nas X after Boosie reacted to one of Lil Nas X's dances during an Instagram live session.
If you got your kids watching TV, would you want, if you trying to straight raise strong young black men, would you be cool with your kids sitting there watching it? And then he would go up there and perform naked in front, all the people. And I was like, damn, all these straight people in the world, all these millions of kids gonna watch this and no.
Even after the bans, Boosie still refused to stay silent. In March 2026, Boosie shocked the hip-hop world again after jumping on Instagram Live and accusing Kodak Black of doing time in protective custody. The claim instantly sparked a heated feud between the two rappers, and the drama kept exploding across social media. They traded shots during multiple Instagram Live sessions, but Boosie didn't back down for a second.
Yeah, I tried to say, nigga, you was stinking, bro. Your boxers was filthy, like, man, ask Cody, bro. Man, ask niggas who was there. Ask niggas who was, like, nigga, you ain't Boosie, my nigga. Like, you could never be my nigga. Like, bro, you full of hatred. You full of jealousy, man, bro. Once you check PC, man, like, you a sucker in all the real niggas' eyes across the world, bro.
Then Boosie stirred things up even more on X when he posted a list of rappers he claimed stayed in general population while locked up. The names included Sean Diddy Combs and NBA Youngboy. The post spread fast online and caught the attention of Meek Mill, who fired back by saying he deserved to be mentioned because he walked every yard in every jail. Instead of turning the situation into another war, Boosie admitted he left Meek off by mistake and gave him respect publicly. That moment showed a different side of Boosie. Through prison time, health problems, backlash, and non-stop controversy, he kept pushing forward without folding. He stayed independent, kept dropping music through his own label, and built a loyal fan base by speaking on real-life struggles instead of chasing trends. On November 14, 1982, Torrance Hatch Jr. was born in the West Roosevelt projects of South Baton Rouge, Louisiana, a place known for poverty, violence, and constant struggle. Years later, the world would know him as Boosie Badazz. Even with the danger surrounding his neighborhood, Boosie's early childhood had love and structure from both of his parents. His mother worked as a school principal, while his father lived a fast street life. Both parents tried hard to keep Boosie away from trouble and wanted him focused on school instead of the streets. They pushed him to stay disciplined and avoid the chaos happening around him. But everything started changing after his father ran into serious legal problems tied to crime and drug activity. When Boosie was still young, his father was arrested and later passed away during Boosie's teenage years. That loss hit hard and changed the direction of his life forever. While his older brother Jakari stayed focused on school and basketball, Boosie started moving toward rebellion and street life, where respect, survival, and reputation meant everything. Boosie's mother worked hard to keep him focused, but the world around him was filled with crime, violence, and non-stop pressure. Those early struggles shaped the raw honesty and toughness that later became the heart of his music. Many of his songs reflected survival, loyalty, and the harsh realities of growing up in Louisiana. Projects like Street Code focused heavily on street rules and loyalty, while tracks such as Streets on Fire and My Street Stay Hot painted vivid pictures of life in dangerous neighborhoods.
And I just feel like, the music I rap about put me in my own lane. So I'm happy it's trendy. When I would get angry, I just write music. When I was happy or when something would go right, I would just write music.
Matter of fact, when I got to making music, I had tablets wrote, because I always was the best rapper in the project.
Before music fully took over, Boosie also showed real talent on the basketball court and had potential to build a future in sports. But money problems and the loss of his father pushed his life in a different direction. Even though he later earned his GED, the streets slowly pulled him away from athletics and deeper into a rough environment. His story showed how talent, environment, and hard choices can completely change someone's future. By age 14, Boosie was already heavily involved in street life and running with a close group of friends known around South Baton Rouge for fighting, hustling, and building a tough reputation. But fighting and hustling were not the only reasons Boosie's crew became known around Baton Rouge. His rap skills were starting to turn heads too. Even at a young age, Boosie stood out because he could speak on real pain, street life, and hard experiences in a way that sounded raw and believable. The streets shaped him, but music gave him a way to tell his story, make money, and build respect outside his neighborhood. Tupac Shakur heavily influenced Boosie's style, along with several Cash Money artists. You could hear those inspirations in his emotional storytelling and his focus on real-life struggles. As his reputation grew, he started going by the name Lil Boosie. His talent eventually caught the attention of Baton Rouge rapper C-Lock, who was searching for fresh artists for a new label. One day, after hearing people talk about Lil Boosie, C-Lock pulled up where Boosie was hanging out with friends and asked him to hop in the car and rap on the spot. Boosie jumped in immediately, and while they drove around the city, he started showing exactly what he could do. C-Lock was impressed by Boosie's talent and even went to speak with his mother and grandmother about bringing the teenager onto the team. Soon after, Boosie officially joined concentration camp and quickly stepped into the music world. He started recording in the studio, performing live, and making money from his talent at just 14 years old. His first performances created a buzz around Baton Rouge, and people instantly wanted to hear more from him. That early attention helped build his local reputation and showed he had serious potential in hip-hop. In January 2000, at only 17 years old, Lil Boosie released his solo debut album, Youngest of Da Camp. The project featured 15 tracks along with appearances from C-Lock, Donkey, and Max Minnelli. Songs like My Life, Pop It On Me, Boosie 2, and I Thought You Knew connected strongly with fans and gave listeners an early look at Boosie's raw storytelling and style. Boosie's raw voice and unfiltered lyrics quickly started turning heads across the South. His music caught the attention of UGK legend Pimp C, who later connected him with Webby. That link changed everything for Boosie's career and helped push his name onto a bigger stage. In 2003, Boosie and Webby teamed up for the album Ghetto Stories. The project became a major moment for both artists, helping launch Webby's career while keeping Boosie's momentum strong after his early independent success. The album reportedly sold over 15,000 copies early on and built a strong buzz in Southern hip-hop.
But we definitely gonna get some more music out.
That's fire.
We definitely gonna get some more music out, but that's what I be telling people.
We don't see y'all together at all. Is there anything that happened?
Nah, it's just when you get grown, you're not gonna be by somebody like you used to be by when you was 18, 19 years old.
Fans connected heavily with tracks like Gangsta, Ghetto Stories, Like a Bird, I Need You, and Do It Big. The duo followed it up with Gangsta Music in 2004, another successful collaboration packed with popular songs like Swerve and Gimme That. Their chemistry made them two of the biggest names in Southern rap, and over time they became known as close friends and loyal supporters of each other. These days, fans rarely see Boosie and Webby together, which sparked rumors about problems between them. But Boosie later explained there was no real feud. According to him, life simply changed as both artists got older, focused on business, and handled different responsibilities. Boosie and Webbie's success together helped open major doors in the music industry. In 2006, Boosie released his major label debut album Badazz through Trill Entertainment, and the project pushed him to a whole new level of fame. The 17-track album became a Southern rap classic and helped lock Boosie's name into hip-hop history. Webbie appeared on tracks like Smokin' on Purple and I Represent, while songs such as Zoom, Movies, and Set It Off became fan favorites across the South. Then came the 2007 remix of Wipe Me Down, which exploded into a massive Southern anthem. The track featured members of the Trill family and gave even more attention to the movement they were building together. In 2009, Boosie dropped his fourth solo album, Superbad, The Return of Boosie Badazz, released through Trill Entertainment and Warner Brothers Records. The project focused heavily on pain, loyalty, survival, and street struggles, themes that always connected deeply with his fans.
And before that, my Instagram had never been taken.
Right.
So I've never got a warning.
Right. Oh, that's real.
You know what I'm
That's
saying? So they took like 12 million followers from me. So I was putting my story together, but it was just another avenue to hustle with.
Boosie looked unstoppable at that point in his career. He had major label support, successful albums, and a fast-growing fan base while still young. His goal was clear. He wanted to become one of hip-hop's biggest legends. But just as his success was rising, serious legal problems started crashing into his life. In 2009, authorities in East Baton Rouge reportedly found drugs and a firearm in Boosie's car, leading to prison time that heavily disrupted his career. Then, in 2010, he faced additional charges in a separate murder case, along with accusations tied to drug activity. At the time, many people believed Boosie could end up spending decades behind bars. Everything shifted in 2012 when he was acquitted of the murder charge due to insufficient evidence. The news brought huge relief to his supporters. Even while locked up, Boosie stayed focused on music and continued sharpening his skills instead of letting the situation completely break him. For Boosie, prison became more than just punishment. He used that time to grow mentally, study business and finance, and think bigger about his future. That mindset later pushed him toward publishing books, building businesses, and becoming more independent outside of music. Even while dealing with legal problems, Boosie still stayed connected to rap. Before beginning his prison sentence in 2010, he released the album Incarcerated, featuring songs like Better Believe It. Many fans consider it one of his most emotional and powerful projects because it captured the pain and pressure he was facing at that time. After spending nearly 4 years away from the music scene, Boosie was finally released in 2014 and welcomed home by loyal supporters. His comeback gained major attention, and in 2015 he dropped Touchdown to Cause Hell. The album became a huge success, reaching number 2 on the Billboard 200 and topping the top rap albums chart, while earning praise for its raw emotion and storytelling. Boosie's first major album after prison included big-name features from Young Thug, T.I., Rick Ross, Jeezy, and Keisha Cole. The strong comeback proved he still had a loyal fan base waiting for him after years away from the spotlight. Songs like Windows of My Eyes and Black Heaven helped strengthen his place in Southern rap. But just as things were turning around, another serious challenge hit him. In November 2015, during a routine medical checkup, doctors discovered a 2.8-centimeter tumor on his kidney after an MRI scan. The news shocked Boosie, especially because he had already been living with type 1 diabetes since childhood. He later asked fans for prayers on Instagram. In December 2015, he underwent surgery at MD Anderson Cancer Center, where doctors removed part of his kidney and declared him cancer-free. Boosie Badazz built a reputation as more than just a rapper. He became known as a survivor and a self-made businessman. Over the years, he expanded into music, films, fashion, cologne, snacks, and alcohol brands while keeping strong control over his career and image through his massive social media following. That business mindset really took shape after his release from prison in 2014. During his time locked up, Boosie spent years studying business and learning how the music industry worked behind the scenes. He realized many artists were not making serious money from major label deals unless they reached superstar status because of complicated contracts and label cuts. Instead of depending on the industry, Boosie chose to bet on himself. In 2014, he launched his own label and management company, Badazz Music Syndicate, giving him more ownership over his music and future. Through the label, he helped mentor artists, including his brother TQ Hatch, OG Dre, and Tootie Raw. He also expanded into products like Boosie Juice Vodka, snacks, and clothing lines. But one of his biggest business moves eventually became film production. Projects like Where's MJ and Twins showed Boosie wanted to grow far beyond music and build his own entertainment empire. To make that happen, he started learning acting, writing, and production so he could fully step into the film world. In 2018, Boosie landed a role in the boxing drama Glass Jaw, where he played a boxing bettor and underground fight club operator. The role helped sharpen his acting skills and pushed him deeper into filmmaking. But writing soon became another major focus for him. Boosie's creative process was never overly planned or structured. When inspiration hit, he simply started writing. That mindset led him to create The Struggle, a film based on parts of his own life and the difficult experiences that shaped him. Real-life street culture also inspired several of his movie ideas. The concept for Water Boys reportedly came from seeing young men selling water on Atlanta streets every day. What first annoyed him eventually became something he viewed as an important story and cultural movement worth showing on screen. As his business ventures expanded, Boosie also focused heavily on building his own digital platform for movies, music, and exclusive content. Instead of depending on traditional companies, he wanted direct control over distribution, ownership, and profits. Boosie always believed his fan base was strong enough to support him without depending on major platforms or big companies. But even during his success, more legal trouble suddenly hit his life. In 2023, Boosie went live on Instagram while holding a firearm, and police later arrested him on a gun possession charge. Boosie claimed the weapon was for personal protection, but authorities still moved forward with the case. For a while, it looked like he could be facing prison again right as his business and music career were growing fast. But in January 2026, the situation was resolved without prison time. A U.S. district judge sentenced him to 3 years of supervised release, along with 300 hours of community service. Today, Boosie continues releasing music independently through his own platform and company while building his business empire despite bans, criticism, and non-stop controversy. Through every setback, he kept finding ways to survive, adapt, and stay relevant in hip-hop culture. What do you think about Boosie Badazz and his legacy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with others.